The psychedelic mushroom is a very important tool when we're battling a sickness, cancer in particular for me. They help you face death. They help you with anxiety. They help you with cluster headaches. They help you with migraine headaches. They just help keep the mind in proper order. The simplest way for me to explain how the mushroom works, the librarian comes back to work and then she puts all the books back into alphabetical order. Now it's very easy for you to find your thoughts, to control your thoughts. The triggers slowly disappear. And so, for example, what I mean by that is you pick up the lighter and, damn, the lighter's just empty, is what it is. And so during the course of the day, you'll have 4, 5, 6 little triggers like that lead up to the big explosion. Well, nobody wants to get to that point. And what happens is all of a sudden, it's perspective. You look at it, lighter's empty. I need to get another one. Yeah, pen don't write anymore. I have to go get it. And it's just simple things like that people nowadays, especially the stress that are in people's lives right now because of COVID, with cancer, especially with cancer, that is probably one of the most stressful situations that any human can be put into, and the family. So the person with the cancer, with the mushroom, it helps him deal with the diagnosis. It helps him face what is about to happen. It helps them focus on what needs to be done in order to heal. And sometimes we aren't successful. And so then we use the mushrooms to help you face death. Because there isn't a single one of us that get out of this world alive. That's we're born to die is what it is. And so what happens in this period of time that you're here, you make the best of it. The psychedelic mushroom is the only thing that promotes new brain cell growth, and the cannabis plant protects the brain cell. Two very important tools when it comes to healing of any type. So when we put the two medicines together, one helps you to heal, the other one allows you to focus. One helps deal with the pain, the other one helps you move forward to the next step that is necessary. So the psychedelic mushroom is going to be bigger than cannabis because it's a single molecule. It's going to be very easy for the pharmaceutical industry to bring it to the market because there's too many molecules in cannabis for them to zero in on everything. So this will be a big one. So they've been here for a long time. Everybody on the planet literally should be microdosing. And what we mean by microdosing, you don't even know that you've taken it. In 8 to 10 days later, it's all of a sudden, did the lights just get brighter? And actually, yes, they did. Because everything has changed for you. The librarian's back, hey? And all the books are back on all the shelf. You come into the room, you're not lost anymore. You walk in, you walk right over to the A section. There it is. Bump, 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 bump. It's very simple. See, all of this has gotten such a bad rap over the years, but if you looked at the people that over the years that still continued to use it recreationally, spiritually, it doesn't matter. Whatever the reason was why you used it, but you always felt better after you did. When I had tore the last tendon in my shoulder, so I used the mushroom to deal with the deep bone pain. And it works. And so what it allowed me to do, it took my mind off the pain. The pain was here, and it took my mind over there until I could get over the hump of the tear and all of the above using the cannabis. But the mushrooms were the biggest pain reliever that I had. The cannabis couldn't touch it, but the mushrooms did. When we do a microdose, and it all depends on what it is that we need to do, whatever is your condition. If it's something heavy duty going on, well, we can't bring you to the edge right away because that's just too much for you. And so what we do is with the microdose, we introduce this to you slowly. And so in a week to 10 days, it happens. But a microdose is we take a gram and we split that up into about 10 doses. So every day you take a little bit. So after about 3 or 4 months of microdosing, now we'll step it up a notch. So now you're accustomed to the feeling. And usually by that point in time, odds are we won't have to take you to the edge because all along the way, the librarian is back doing all the work. Then all of a sudden, the lights are brighter, the colors are brighter, the grass is greener, things don't hurt so much. It's easy to shed things off. You're no longer the asshole, right? That kind of leaves. You see, the body responds because it's real. See, all our food and everything is grown with synthetics. Our body doesn't know what to do anymore. That's why we're all sick. Everything is poison. You can't wash it off. And so the mushrooms, all of them, the shiitake, the reishi, the turkey tail, the chaga, the matak, all of them, have purpose for us. They're all for us to heal. They're to heal the body, the spirit, the soul, all of the above. You just need to eat it. Find what works for you. And every individual is different, every single human being. When it comes to dosing, what works for one person will never work for me. When I was dying, I was eating jeepers, 20, 25 grams of psychedelic mushrooms a day to face death. And so now that psychedelic end of things for me no longer exists. I'm past that. So I microdose every single day. I have to microdose because of what I do. It's very hard on the heartstring because usually if you're coming to see me, it's not good. So they're a phenomenal tool. And we're just scratching the surface with learning how to use this thing. It all depends on you. What it is are you trying to do? For me, I needed to help me face death. I used it to help me deal with the rape when I was a little boy. And so it all depends on what it is that you need to do and where you need to take your mind in order to deal with it. So many people have that anchor rope that's attached to the history. History is a memory, and that's all it is. Tomorrow is just our imagination. So, but everybody needs to live in today, and nobody lives in the now. Everybody is worried about what happened yesterday or what is going to go on tomorrow. Doesn't matter. Yesterday is gone. Tomorrow's not even here yet, and everybody worries about that. You microdose, that kind of stuff just doesn't bother you anymore because it's okay. I'm here with you right now, talking to you. My mind isn't in Costa Rica or over here. I'm in the moment, and this is the most beautiful place to be, is in the moment. Because if you're not there, you're going to miss a lot of things. Okay? And that's what I've learned, boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You know, and when you do use the mushrooms, and all of a sudden your whole perspective will change. You just become a better human being. You look at life differently. You start to understand how things are connected to everything, how we're all one. But until Western medicine in the holistic side of things, everybody needs to work hand in hand. Because if they worked hand in hand, my goodness, would stuff work. I understand that we chemo, and I get that part of it. But if we work hand in hand with that, boy, the damage isn't so bad. You probably will have a little more success, right? But people need to understand there are tools there. You just need to know how to use them to help you get through the day. And this is where the mushrooms, they just help get people through the day. All I can tell you, once I changed the way I think and the way I do things, man, oh man, oh man, I've never had so much energy. I can't believe how I feel. It's incredible. My energy is off the charts. And I use everything every single day. I practice what I preach. I've tweaked my smoothie and all of the above. And everybody, when I go like this and I off by heart, you know, when I go, there's ginger, ginseng, hawthorn, alfalfa powder, Ceylon, cinnamon, turmeric, black pepper, bromelain, moringa powder, mucannapurines, bee pollen, and then the somatic mushroom blend of the chaga and the turkey tail and the lion's mane and all of the above. And I drink that every single day. And that's the reason why I feel the way I do. Because I use what is here and it's real and my body responds. And most people that, if you do it, the body will respond. We don't win them all. Some of us, we don't make it. But boy, you can be a lot more comfortable. You get to leave with a smile on your face. Because it's like this. Everybody should be able to do whatever it is that they need to do to make themselves comfortable. If you're not hurting anybody, what does it matter? It's pretty simple. Especially with the chaga. Chaga is an adjuvant. So an adjuvant, it does whatever the body needs doing. The turkey tail. So the turkey tail, it boosts T cells and it helps the body deal with the toxins and helps the body pass the toxins. So when you look at the lion's mane, that's for the mind. And then the reishi and maitake again is for our immune system. It's to boost our immune system. It's our immune system that is under attack, and this is what we need to address. And how do we do that? You have to do it with food. You have to do it with real things, what the body will respond to. It can't be done with pills. I had to do it with diet. I had to do it with supplements. I had to do it with exercise. I had to do it with mushrooms. So I had to completely do about face of the way it's done. And it wasn't that hard. I went home and ate my fruits and veggies and shoved cannabis every hole that I had. Added some supplements to the regime, and all I know is every day I felt better than I did the day before. 6 months later, all I know is, man, I got shit going on here. There's stuff happening. My friends started to notice. And then I remember when I made it around the block. And baby come out of her house. She says, my God, Jack, I thought you were dead. I goes, almost. And the rest is history. I haven't stopped. I haven't slowed down. I still do it the exact same way as when I started. Why would I cheat? The only person I'm cheating is me. I'm not cheating anybody else. And so I look at it like this. It's not easy. I just make it look easy because I have been consistent. Like clockwork. And being consistent. You don't need to race 1,000 miles an hour. You can go 5 miles an hour and still get to the end and feel a lot better for it. There's the simple way of doing things, or you can do it the hard way. And usually the hard way is because the first thoughts that come into your mind is, oh my God, I can't drink any more beer. I can't have any more meat. I can't, but my wife, she's a baker, you know. And so what happens, you put these hurdles up and you haven't even started yet. So I look at it like this, and so you're at the computer and that's the program that you entered. And that's exactly how it works. We make it hard on ourselves. And taking the mushroom, it makes it so much easier for you, because it is overwhelming when you get diagnosed. It is overwhelming when I talk to you and I just start handing you type pieces of paper and I just start rattling off. And then I always say, just calm down. I said, everything that I'm saying, I said, is on my webpage. I said, you can go back, and I said, there's videos there. I said, have you seen the documentary? And I always bring that up. Yes, we've seen it. That's why we're here. I goes, beautiful. So then you already know where our conversation's going to go. Hey, and then continuing to do it. I just told somebody the other day, I never, ever went out and celebrated that I was cancer-free. I just drank more smoothies, ate more cannabis. That's what I did. Hey, I like how I feel. Hey, and so there was never going, let's have a drink. There was none of that. And this is what happens. And people slide. Oh, you got an all clear. Come on, let's go have a beer. So they go have a beer. Hey, run into somebody else. Hey, come on. Da, 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 da. I'll buy you a steak dinner. Okay. Well, nothing changed. And then they're surprised when things take a turn for the worse. And usually, now when it comes back, it has its armor on. Now it's really hard. So they thought the fight was hard before. Oh boy. You know, and I always look at it like this. It's when they tell you, okay, it's gone. Well, okay. But you still have to continue. Because if you don't, and it is, it's a game of Russian roulette, you know, every time you go. So I look at it like this, is that going to kill me or is that going to make me better? That's how I look at it now, all the time. And the reason is because I like how I feel. I love how I feel. I couldn't walk and I'm walking. You're talking to a guy who couldn't walk. You're talking to a guy whose leg was like this. February coming here, I'm going to be 70 years old. I'm very impressed with how I took my health into my own hands. So now I'm at the point in my life I keep my eyes on my own plate. You ask me, I'll tell you. Yeah, I'll answer your questions, but after that, it's like, you know, it used to bother me that, man, you know, you just gotta, but it's not my journey. And so I look at it like this. I provide you with the tools. I provide you with the information that you need. Now you decide if you want to use it or not. Always get your facts straight to whatever choice it is that you make when it comes to your health. Always make educated decisions. Whatever the treatment is that they want you to do, look to see what is the success rate, what is the possible damage, what is the actual outcome that is going to happen. But nobody does that. They just go and does what the guy says on the white coat. Is there something alternative that I can do? So when you get diagnosed, just like yourself, when you got diagnosed, where did your mind go? Everywhere. It was very hard to reel in your thoughts. The mushrooms help with that. It brings them all back in your head so you're not all over the place. It helps you focus, okay. It helps you deal with the situation that you're in. And so you have to go talk to somebody that has used it. Talk to somebody that has had success with it. And there's lots of us out there. Lots of us. It just simply changes people's lives and turns them around completely. So when you talk to somebody that's had to go through the same experience that you're about to go through, that's going to make your experience a whole lot easier because they had to do it. The odds are they can help you walk through it. They can tell you, this is what you can expect. Odds are this is what's going to happen. In a few days, this should be your experience. All right. And so when you talk to somebody, and so you get reinsurance, is what it is. And you need to check on the people that have been using it and see their demeanor. Do we suffer from dementia? And do we have any type of mental impairment? You're going to find no, we don't. And you're going to find we're pretty sharp pencils. And all I can tell is, for myself, it has improved my brain function incredibly. It's just, my mind is crystal clear. I consider that I've arrived. I'm content. I'm happy. I don't want anything. I mean, I've hit nirvana. I get up every day, I do my good deed for the day, and then I enjoy the rest of the day. I enjoy what I have. I don't want any more. I enjoy the animals, the birds, everything around me. That's where the healing energy is in everything around you. That's where I went. That's what I tapped into. See, and we don't tap into that. We're all in the concrete jungle. This is where we're all at, in the concrete jungle. What kind of healing can you get from a brick wall? Nothing. Nothing. Go stand out, hug a tree. How do you feel after that? Big difference. Take your shoes off, ground. See, we've lost all that. That's where all the healing was. See, the natural end of things is coming forward. The pharmaceutical industry doesn't like it. And it's okay by me that they don't like it because we don't like what you've done. I mean, I was one of those person on all the medications and everything like that, and all it did, I thought it was helping, just made me sicker. Just turned me into somebody at home popping pills, trying to deal with pain. There is another way. Once I started down this journey, and basically what I did, I took my power back from everyone. From everyone. From the doctor, from my ex-wife, from all the assholes in my life. I took my power back from everyone. I became 100%. Once I was 100%, now I can help others. That feeling of empowerment that I have, it's the nutritional value that I have of my food. My body feels stronger. My mind feels stronger. My heart feels stronger. Everything feels stronger and better than it did the day before because of my attitude, the way I look at life. It's everything. It's a whole, it's just not we're going to go home and eat some cannabis or we're going to go take some. No, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. You have to work at it. Hey, you have to work at your happiness. Hey, nobody's responsible for your happiness. Nobody's responsible for any of that. That's all up to you. For myself, I've arrived. That's what I've done. I've learned the healing powers of the plant. And now what I do is I share the information with anybody that asks. Makes it pretty easy. I call it the domino effect. Everybody teach one. And it's pretty simple. And that's usually what happens when you have success. You step up to the plate and you show somebody else. All right? Because people are watching all the time. And they're watching. All right? And just when you think nobody's looking, then all of a sudden that person that you didn't think was looking, they go, my God, what have you been doing? Could you please tell me? That's what the magic is all about. Like today, my day started off at 4:45, and then I had got a message at after I got my walk, it was 5:45. I have absolutely no idea who it was, but it was a message from a lady and said, Jack, my mom just had her 6-month scan and she's all clear. Thanks. Now, how cool is that? So, but she's on the program, you know, doing it all. Mentally, spiritually, physically, all of it. And then when you put it all together, it's like a walk in the park. It all depends on when you start to. You know, a lot of us, like you didn't get sick overnight. All I can tell you, I went from standing up to hunched over till I couldn't walk. But it was, our body tells us something was going on. Now it all depends what it does you do for a living. So if you're a contractor or something like that and, oh yeah, man, I just lifted too much today. That's why my back hurts. So you have this sore back now for 4 or 5 months, 6 months, year. Oh, I have chronic back pain. So 3 years later, you still got the chronic back pain. 5 years later, you're being diagnosed with terminal pancreatic cancer. See, I had back pain with the bladder cancer. You get back pain with cervical cancer. You get back pain with pancreatic cancer. So you get back pain with any type of cancer done. So our body gives us these signs. So pay attention. For myself, I wake up every single day and just try to do the best I can with the tools that I have. And I try to learn more every single day and add to my toolbox. Can I remove a couple things out of my toolbox if I just bring in this? Does this do the same thing as those two? So I still always try to tweak and help and try to make it cheaper for when somebody has to go buy the supplements. See? And I get the dollar value of things, but what dollar value do you put on your life? The supplement list, it's expensive the first time you buy it. It doesn't all run out at the same time. But it's one of those things that you have to. So a lot of people don't realize this. When I got diagnosed, I spent $58,000 buying cannabis. My house was paid for. I took out a $40,000 line of credit, put $18,000 on a credit card to buy cannabis, trying to save my life. I'd do that in a heartbeat. I wouldn't think twice. I would give two shits if I had to do $300,000. What are they going to do to me when I'm dead? Nothing. So you can't take it with you. That's all I know. I have a totally, totally different outlook on life now. It's a very enjoyable outlook. I love everything that I do. I love everybody that's in my life. Okay? I've just surrounded myself with phenomenal people. And I'll tell you this, I wouldn't change anything. Because all that had to happen to me to make the guy that's sitting here right now. I wouldn't change nothing. I like the guy that's here.
And you went through hell.
Yep. Yep. And I'd do it again. In a heartbeat. Cannabis is the fountain of youth, is what it is. Mushrooms are the fountain of youth. You use them, bring them all together, we would be a happy and healthy society. Happy and healthy society is a very hard society to control. See, I'm a hard guy to control. I've learned the truth. You lied about a lot of things, and I just look at it like this. Just leave us alone. Let us deal with our aches and pains. We're doing a wonderful job, way better than you guys. It's natural. Our body knows what it is. I know a couple of people they microdose with the LSD, so they would take one dose of LSD and they would break that into 4 doses, and they take it every single day. It has a similar effect as to the mushroom because it's a very similar chemical. And again, the psychedelics are for the spiritual experience. It's to help you put the mind back on the right path. It helps you deal with you. It helps you deal with your inner demons in your mind. It helps you focus on what needs to be done. So it doesn't matter if it's the mushrooms, if it's LSD, because most of them are the out of body, out of mind experience. Right? But usually what happens, and so whatever your experience is, that's usually what needs to be fixed. So whatever it turns out, and sometimes you might have to deal with it 2 or 3 times. And so for myself, twice to help me deal with the rape. Uh, and so they're great tools, and we're just scratching the tip of the iceberg with these things. Hope. That's pretty much what I provide. I provide hope. Usually you don't have any. And so I try to be the most positive person that you've ever met because you're usually down in the dumps, the deer caught in the headlight. So when you leave, you got a plan of attack. You got a little spring in your step. Hey, I just made the light at the end of the tunnel just a little bit brighter. Hey, because everybody, they shut it off. Oh, you got 6 months. Then they do this. They start the countdown and they literally think themselves dead. Because I've also, during this journey, have learned that what you think is pretty much what happens. So mind your thoughts. Mind your thoughts. If you think you got this, then usually you do. Okay. So yeah, the mushrooms, they're gonna be the bright future here of mankind. They're gonna save the planet.